What's up, everybody? This is Sean.
This is Alan.
And this is Inside the Square, the wrestling podcast coming at you every Saturday from sunny St. Mary's, California, Maryland. What's good, Big Daddy?
The Royal Rumble.
Coming soon, coming at you tonight at 8 o'clock. So we got some predictions, sure to go damn wrong.
As always.
Who you got, player?
Rhea Ripley.
For the Women's Royal Rumble, Alan is picking Rhea Ripley.
Or Becky Lynch. It really depends on their booking.
I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to say Shayna Baszler.
Shayna Baszler? Why?
Hey, that you asked me who I got for the Women's Royal Rumble, I'm telling you. I think it's going to be the Shayna Baszler or Ronda Rousey.
Yeah.
I think Shayna Baszler is up next. She is, she's one of my favorite wrestlers, period. Not just women or men. She's one of my favorite wrestlers.
I think Nia Jax might be coming back. I see it coming.
She might. I don't know, man.
Like, she's going to get a huge pop. I see that.
I like Nia Jax.
Yeah.
I think she's really talented, and she can move around the ring better than most, women. And then on top of her size and strength, she is an incredible athlete.
Like her and Shayna Baszler, like it worked.
It did work.
It did work. Yeah.
It did work. The reason I say Shayna Baszler, and like I keep saying about Queen of Spades, she's special, man.
Yeah.
She made the transition from MMA to wrestling. She was NXT champion twice.
Yeah. Her second reign as NXT champion was incredible.
And I think it's an interesting dynamic to see her career and Bianca Belair. They're two different athletes.
Yeah.
But Bianca Belair never won an NXT title.
No.
Never won it.
Never.
But Baszler was the megastar down there. Now it's like role reversal.
Yeah.
And I don't understand how she's getting buried.
That makes no sense.
It doesn't make sense to me either, because she's fun to watch. She's good on the mic, and on top of that, she has some presence about her.
Yeah, she does.
She comes off as very dangerous, and I think in the women's division you don't really have that.
Yeah,
her and Rousey come off as dangerous, like they could submit somebody without second thought.
Like they can submit Damage Control. Like in 10 seconds.
You remember that match Shayna Baszler had? She submitted two people at one time.
I think that was Sasha Banks and Bayley.
You remember that?
Yeah,
that was what incredible. The hell?
That was an incredible match.
And I was like, this is different.
Yeah.
But she's that, she kind of gives off that impression that she's dangerous. And I think with some people, she kind of reminds me of Brock Lesnar in that respect, because Lesnar gives off the impression that he's dangerous. Yeah. Karrion Kross gives that off. Yeah. To a lesser extent.
I like Karrion Kross better in NXT, in my opinion.
I do too. But Baszler gives off that I'm dangerous. I can hurt you.
Yeah.
Whether you know it or not. I can break your arm. I can knock you the fuck out.
Or break your leg.
I could do something bad to you.
Yeah.
And when people give that off, I'm like, they need that.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times wrestling comes off as, very scripted. It is scripted and very predictable. Yeah. But Baszler, she seems like an X factor, like a wild card. Like, she seems very dangerous, and I like people like that.
Like, she might be a runner up.
Man, I hope they pull the trigger and say, you know what, let's give her a run.
Yeah.
I think it's time. I really do.
It's time.
I really do. I think it's time. I like Shayna Baszler. That's who I got.
Yeah. We might get some surprise ones.
Yes, we'll always have some surprises. Last year,
it's my prediction for the surprise? Kairi Sane.
Isn't she wrestling at
in February, but yeah.
She's
just a participant.
But she's like Mickie James was last year.
Yeah, they're going to pull the trigger on that.
She'd be fun to watch again.
Yeah.
I like Mickie James. Shout out to Mickie James. She's awesome.
She's incredible.
Period.
But Jordynne Grace was really good too.
Yeah, I agree. Jordynne Grace is a really good champ.
Yeah. She should have kept it longer.
She should have kept it a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But I think they're trying to give Mickie James her last run.
Yeah.
And Impact.
And she's going to lose that title next month.
I don't know. I don't know. If they were smart, they'd keep her because she's headlining that event.
Yeah.
I think she might be more popular than Josh Alexander.
Yeah. That's true.
Let's not sugarcoat this shit.
But Josh Alexander was really good as cruiserweight champion.
Well, Josh Alexander's an excellent wrestler.
Yeah, he's so underrated.
I don't think he's underrated. He's the Impact champion. You can't beat, and he was the X Division champion.
Yeah.
You can't be underrated if you win those 2 belts. I mean, that dude's a really good wrestler.
He won tag team champion.
He's won all the belts in Impact. But my point is, I don't think you can say he's underrated. He's great. Like, he's really a great good wrestler.
The walking weapon.
Yeah, he is special. But I think Mickie James is a bigger name than him.
Yeah.
Because
how long Josh Alexander's been Impact champion for?
This is the second time he's won that belt. Because remember, the last time he won it, Moose cashed in his thing. And, and
nobody saw it coming.
Everyone saw that coming.
Yeah.
Everyone saw it coming.
They wanted Moose to win.
They were trying to keep Moose happy.
Yeah.
In that company, giving him a chance to get the belt. And I think he's going to win it again sooner or later.
Yeah.
Because, he had made a jump to WWE or NXT.
Josh Alexander is a new challenger, Rich Swann.
Yeah, I saw that. That's interesting, too.
I think Rich Swann might win it, or Moose.
I like Rich Swann, but I would keep Alexander as a champion for a long time.
For a really long time?
I'd let him break the record.
He already broke the record.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Who was the record by?
Bobby Roode.
Oh, yeah.
Robert Roode, yeah.
Well, Bobby Roode back then.
Yeah.
Because I know Jeff Jarrett won that belt a bunch of times. Bobby Lashley won that belt.
Bunch of times.
That's a really prestigious belt. It's a big belt.
Yeah.
I mean, I put that one up there with the AEW and WWE championship because I think Josh Alexander could wrestle in any of those companies and be a top guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know about his mic stuff sometimes, but he's proven that he could be the top guy.
You know who's a really good wrestler?
Who?
Sami Callihan.
Yeah, I think he's a good wrestler too.
Yeah.
I think Jonathan Gresham is a good wrestler.
Yeah.
It's a shame how he left Impact, but I'm sorry, Ring of Honor rather. Yeah. It's a shame how he left Ring of Honor.
He had that belt for a long time.
Yeah, I like I said, the way he left a bad taste in my mouth.
Yeah.
Because I like Jonathan Gresham.
Yeah,
I think he's great. Yeah. I think he's great.
I want to see him as a heel.
He's a heel now in Impact.
That's gonna be really good.
He's a heel now. I saw some of his highlights in his last couple matches. He's a heel.
Yeah.
Or he's very close to it. He's not a face anymore.
Should he go against Josh Alexander?
I don't know, man. And see, the problem, I've run into with some of these wrestlers, especially like him, people like him, Adam Cole, Ricochet, they are on the small side.
Yeah.
So sometimes them going out and defeating like a super heavyweight or a guy in the heavyweight division, it's more than a stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
Because it's like Ricochet beating Braun Strowman. Man, get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Strowman outweighs him by like 200 pounds.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot. I mean,
it is.
You can't overcome that. And you can stretch the imagination, writers and people interfering and stuff like that, but so far.
Yeah. I agree with you.
That's like Rey Mysterio wrestling Brock Lesnar. It can't be but one outcome to that.
No.
Someone either has to interfere or he has to get disqualified.
Yeah.
And there's no fun in that.
No, it ain't.
Just my opinion. I could be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I could be wrong, but
yeah.
But I think sometimes, and that's a big reason I think why he left Ring of Honor.
Yeah, that makes a lot more sense now.
Because Claudio won that belt.
Yeah, and he lost to Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
Then he won it back from Chris Jericho.
Yes.
Chris Jericho was actually incredible last year.
Chris Jericho's had a crazy ass career where he's been on top of the mountain, and he's won a championship
in the bottom of the card.
Yeah, in bottom of the card. He's won a championship in nearly every company he's ever been
in the indie circuit.
Yeah, he's been AEW champ.
Yeah,
Impact champ.
Yeah,
he's been Ring of Honor champ and WWE champ.
Yeah,
he's won all of them. He's like Rob Van Dam. Think about that. Rob Van Dam's won ECW.
Yeah,
Impact. Ring of Honor, and a bunch of other ones. He's won ECW when it was really the ECW championship.
Yeah, that was 2006.
He's won the WWE championship.
Yeah.
So, some dudes, they transcend whatever company they're working in.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one.
He's one of them.
Yeah.
He's one of them. So, getting back to Royal Rumble, men's Royal Rumble, who you got, player?
Cody Rhodes or Sami Zayn?
I agree with you.
Tough one.
I'm going to go, listen, this is my prediction. I think it's going to be either Sami Zayn
Or Sikoa.
No. It's going to be Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens.
What about Sikoa?
Nope. Sikoa's part of the bloodline. I think he's going to, run interference and stuff like that, but he's not going to win it.
What if he does win it?
I just don't think so, man. I think it has to be someone listen to my theory.
Okay.
I think it has to be someone associated with the ongoing bloodline storyline. So when I say it has to be Sami Zayn or Kevin Owens, they're associated with that story. The reason I don't think it's going to be Cody is because Cody is not really... He's just coming back from injury, and he's not really associated with the story.
No, he ain't.
And, I think Monday Night Rollins should get a chance, too, because Rollins is like one of those dudes that Reigns has a hard time wrestling.
Yeah. Like, he couldn't get a pin off of him.
He hasn't pinned Seth Rollins since he's been champion.
Yeah.
Think about that.
That's going to be a tough one.
He hasn't pinned him since he's been champion.
What if the Usos tried to interfere in his matches?
Rollins has the potential... He's always had the potential to get, a faction together.
Yeah.
The dude can, and the writers...
Like, he can do Cody Rhodes or Drew McIntyre.
I would like to see Drew McIntyre and Sheamus make a run at the tag team titles.
One day?
Seriously. They're fun to watch. Not only they're fun to watch, but they can really wrestle.
Yeah, I think they're going to do a title split soon.
And both of those dudes been heavyweight champion.
A lot.
More than once.
Bunch of times.
More than once.
Yeah.
So I think that, and it's a shame that those two dudes don't have belts.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Yeah. Sheamus almost won the Intercontinental Championship last year.
Sheamus is a really good wrestler.
Yeah.
And I realized how, I slept on him years ago, said he's not good, he's not this and that. That is great. Let me.
He's amazing.
Yeah, let me come out and say it. He's great. He's a Hall of Famer. Period.
Future Hall of Famer.
Yeah, he's a Hall of Famer. Just like Drew Mack, he's been in the company, a few times now. He's been NXT champion. He's been undisputed heavyweight champion. He's held just by every belt.
Yeah, in this indie circuit.
And in the indie circuit, he was the Impact heavyweight champion.
Yeah.
For a while.
Yeah.
So I think that, those two dudes, it's a disservice to them to not have them hold championships.
Yeah, it's not fair to them.
I mean, you got so much talent that goes around, but I think that those two dudes should get a run.
Against the Usos?
Against somebody.
Yeah.
Against somebody, because, from my understanding, they're going to split those belts back up.
Yeah, Sheamus and them, they're going to win the Raw Tag Team Championships.
I would like to see them.
Yeah.
Because they're fun, and they get a pop from the crowd.
Yeah.
Every time they come out.
Yeah.
And you need those guys. You need guys who get a pop from the crowd. I think that's awesome.
It is really awesome.
You're funny. But yeah, that's my prediction for that. Who you got in the blackout match?
Bray Wyatt.
I got Bray Wyatt too.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see who's
going to interfere in that match.
Who's going to interfere in that match?
Yeah.
Bray Wyatt had a moment with the Undertaker the other night that sent chills up my spine. I got excited.
It might be a faction against Undertaker and Bray Wyatt or something.
I like that moment. It's like almost they passed the torch from the Phenom to
the new Undertaker.
To the new. I said this years ago.
Yeah,
you can go back to our podcast years ago. Someone had asked a question: "Who's the new Undertaker once he retires?" I said they've already got an Undertaker. They have Bray Wyatt. He's the new Undertaker. They started that transition a long time ago.
Long time ago.
He has pop from the crowd. He's very popular. He sells merch. And he's really good at talking.
Bray Wyatt is actually a really good cult leader.
Yeah.
Is he a better cult leader than Joe Gacy?
Yes. Yes, yes, and yes.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that because he's had more opportunity. He's been doing it longer.
Yeah.
And he's better at he's really good in the ring.
Yeah.
And he's really good at the promos. He cuts really good promos.
Really good at promos.
I think that's the biggest part of being the new Undertaker.
Yeah.
I think the Undertaker cut really good promos, but Wyatt is really good at cutting the same type of promos.
Yeah, they're similar, but they're different.
Yeah, they have a lot of similarities, but Wyatt's a second or third generation wrestler. I mean, his dad, Earl R. Shyster, Mike Rotunda Sr.
Yeah.
His dad was a heavyweight champion in NWA, WCW champ, tag team champ in WWE, WWF rather. His brother is a professional wrestler,
NXT champion.
Yeah, so let's not pretend like Bray Wyatt just got there by chance. He got there because that's where he's supposed to got there.
Yeah,
his godfather's Barry Windham.
I want to see him feud with Roman Reigns.
I'd like to see him feud with Roman Reigns again too.
Yeah, they would let Bray Wyatt kind of win it. I don't know,
man. Bray Wyatt's been heavyweight champion before too.
He could win it again this year next year.
I don't know about winning it again this year, but I think it'd be interesting to have him hold a belt like that, or even Intercontinental belt. But I think the smart thing to do with him is to keep belts off of him, so they don't interfere with his storylines.
Yeah,
my opinion.
That's actually the smart thing to do.
My opinion. I don't know. What do you think? Do you think that Sasha Banks will be back as a guest participant this year in the Women's Royal Rumble?
I don't know. It's a tough one.
What about Naomi?
Ooh, it's gonna be a rough one.
I would like to see him come back.
I don't know about that. You got to back up the money truck for them. I don't know.
That's true too. I mean, you'd have to pay them, and then Sasha Banks, she's wrestling in Japan.
Yeah, that's gonna be a tough schedule for her.
I mean, she was in Wrestle Kingdom a little while ago.
Attacked Kairi Sane. She's
awesome though, man.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't know. And see, the WWE women's division, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it has more talent sometimes than the men's division.
That's actually true.
And they have I don't think they have a lot of tag teams, but they have a lot of individual performers who are really good on their own.
They're really good on their own.
Really good. And I think the Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan match. Oh, I'm sorry, Alexa Bliss. I caught myself. I think that's going to be a really interesting match too.
Who's going to interfere? I don't know.
I think Alexa Bliss is not going to win.
Yeah.
I think
Bianca Belair is going to retain.
I think the EST is going to retain.
Yeah.
And I know we talk about this a lot because Alan and I talk wrestling throughout the day, every day, because we're obsessed. But I really believe that Bianca Belair is like she's the present and the future
of that company.
As she goes, the women division will go.
Yeah.
I said this a few years ago when she first went to the main roster and she started showing everything she could do. I was like, she's gonna be champ soon. And sure enough,
she did.
They put the belt on her.
Yeah.
And she had that ESPN moment.
Yeah.
I mean, she went from being on a wrestling show to ESPN.
Yeah.
To being on the news.
That's incredible.
That's incredible, man. And it's I mean, once you see how the things work with marketing, with merchandise, with television ratings, they need someone like her.
Yeah. Are they going to keep the belt on her?
I don't know, but she's going to always be around the top of that division.
Yeah. Just
like Charlotte Flair. Even if Charlotte ain't got the belt, if Charlotte does not have the belt, she's still at the top of that division.
Yeah. That's true.
She go out and do it. She go out. Okay, she says she's going to go have a hell of a match. She goes out and have a hell of a match.
Yeah.
She's good at talking. She go out and do crazy moves, and then she
like
gets a
the
pop
moonsault,
exploder suplex.
Yeah.
Figure four leg lock with bridges. Crazy stuff, and she does it consistently. She's not a Johnny come lately.
Yeah.
And and you could tell, you could see the prep. You could see everything that she does beforehand to get to where she's at. Yeah. And I think you got to have that kind of work ethic.
Yeah, that's tough.
That's tough, man. That's tough. Everybody can't do it. Speaking of tough, I want to give a shout out to Big Bill. That dude, once, and I'm going to be real with you, when WWE fired Big Cass, I was like, this dude's never going to come back to pro wrestling.
Yeah.
Boy, was I wrong. I felt like a donkey's ass. That dude's been killing it. on the indie circuit, and now he was in Ring of Honor, now he's in AEW.
Like he went against Hook, like he got T-bone suplexed.
Man, that's not. We talked about this last week.
Yeah,
Hook and that T-bone suplex, that exploder suplex, whatever you want to call it. He's been doing that to big dudes that size since he's been wrestling.
Yeah. Like, Hook is young.
Hook is a future star, too.
Yeah. A future AEW champion.
Yeah. I like him. I like him a lot.
I don't know how is he going to beat MJF.
I'm not sure either. But getting back to Big Bill, like I said, he's been all over the place. He's had a trajectory kind of like Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Got sent off, got himself together. Now he's looking the best he's ever looked.
Like Morrissey.
Yeah, Morrissey, Big Bill, same character.
Yeah.
But he looks the best he's ever looked. And it's just and he's going out, he's cutting good promos, good in-ring performance. And I wonder like how long they're going to be able to keep him in AEW.
Maybe for 2.5 years.
Whatever his contract is, right?
Yeah. It really depends.
It really depends. And with WWE in flux, who knows what the future of wrestling is going to look like in the next 2 years.
Yeah, it's going to be a rough one.
It's going to be a rough one. But, we'll be there every step of the way to watch it. Any last thoughts, Alan?
I hope Roman Reigns just loses a match this year. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I think he will. Because they to the point now they're going to separate those titles. So we'll see something different this year. I'm pretty certain we will. On to next time. That's all, folks, and see you down the road.
Bye.